Well, welcome back to the Timeline Ranch. It is morning, early morning. Have a nice, interesting moon. Sorry for the wobbliness, I'm not on the stand. The dove are still coming to the pond this morning. Looks like it's going to be a nice sunny day. Let's go see if the Kubota is going to start today. Come on, start. Almost. Can't leave it running too long, it'll burn the starter up. It's only meant for intermittent burst. It'll get too hot. It almost fired though. I don't think it's the battery. I think injectors are clogged partially or something. It runs fine once it's started, but it sure don't like to start. Even after it's running, if you turn it off and try to start it right away, it won't start right up. It does this. Give it another try. Come on, girl. This sure is irritating. Nope. The Kubota doesn't want to start. I'm going to bring my truck over here and do my little rigged jumper cable setup and see if I can get it going. I think all that's doing is just extending the power of the battery so that it can spin a little longer to fire. But I don't think the battery is the problem. Well, I got it's just sitting on there. It's not even clamped. Got one pair of vice grips over there. Here it's just sitting up underneath the terminal. That one I got the crescent wrench wedged underneath it, holding on there. It sparked when I hooked it to the battery, so it's getting contact. Let's go walk over to the area we'll be working in this morning. So it's hard to tell in the camera how big the area is that I cleared, but it's pretty good size. You can see by the size of me. That's right over there is about head height. So I didn't lack too much yesterday finishing hauling off the spoils that I wanted to out of here. I've just got a little piece right here left. I don't know, probably 6 feet by 12 feet. And then this rock I'm going to haul right over there and put along that edge where the well's at. I'll have a little bit more spoils from digging this trench that I want to do down this edge here to water the 2 trees that'll be on this side. And then I got to dig the holes. I need a hole right there at 20 feet for another tree. One right here for another tree, and one right there. And I'll probably bring those out on my next trip, those other 3 pecan trees. So I had to rework this outflow. This is where after the creek fills the pond completely up, it's going to flow out here. The elevation was 4 inches above the elevation over there, so that wasn't going to work. You know, it's going to fill up and flow out there before it comes out of here. So I dug all the rock out behind it, so now it's lower by about 7 inches. And I'm going to have to build this over here up. Still need to get back over here and do some hand shoveling with that. Con trees hanging in there, even with these freezing temperatures. I'm sure that rock bank behind it's acting like a little greenhouse or a heater. So when I was looking at this the other day, I noticed, you can see right there, so water came over, it breached this rock levee I have here, this embankment buildup. And you can see right there, it looks like it breached it. Because this slopes that way, so it had to have gone out. And you can see right here, it came over the top of it and then went down. So you know that water didn't go this way. So it definitely came over the top of it. Anyway, I'm gonna build this up just a little bit higher, maybe 7-8 inches with soil, and then, you know, build the rock up a little higher, and that should stop that, and it'll go out over there. And with that addition, you know, that I've added to this thing, it should give a little bit more of a buffer for when it does try to overflow. It'll slow it down. Sure wish I had this thing done when it had that good rain like that. It would have filled no matter how big this pond was up. Well, I'm gonna go try to start the Kubota. Well, cross your fingers, hopefully it starts. Looks like we get to work today with the machine. So this thing isn't going to turn off until I'm done with the day for it. You know, something I was thinking about that could be an issue with this machine not wanting to start unless it has a jump is on the way home, if I have a blowout on the trailer, because it's going to be in the trailer. And you know, I can't jump it with the truck because I can't take the truck and get it close enough to be able to jump it. So what I'm thinking I'm going to have to do, this is some of my planning, I'm always planning, I'm going to have to take a battery out of the truck and put it up in the trailer and jump it that way to get the machine off the trailer to be able to change the tire. Yeah. So hopefully I don't have a flat on the way home. That'd be great. Alright, so I swapped buckets on the machine. I got the 18-inch bucket on there. I laid out where the trees are going to go. So for reference, there's the pecan tree that's there. Another one right here. There's the outflow of the creek. There's another one right there by that piece of conduit. Another one down there. And then this little trench I'm going to dig, it's going to kind of curve out. And then where you see these dots, these little pink dots, that'll be the edge where it drops off into the pond. So I'm going to go ahead and, you know, dig the holes for the trees, dig this trench, swap buckets back to the 48-inch, go up top, grab some of that topsoil, and I'll come around and dump it there. And then come back down and spread it through here. That way I can kind of work my way out of this area. it down probably 8 feet, just straight down. And it's probably going to slough off over time, but it'll still, you know, the water will still wick through it and get to the roots of the trees. Because, you know, it may be 2 years before I get back to digging on phase 2 of the pond. But this will keep them alive and get them established. That one, pecan tree that I've already planted, here in about 4 months, it'll be here for 2 years by itself. So it's been doing good. I think these other ones will make it too. Chihuahuan crow over there. Well, he's gone. I'm gonna finish digging out this little spot right here, and that should be good because there's the last tree, the spot for that tree right there. I think it'll work out. I'm gonna push this to the side and walk the machine around, and then break that dam that I left between the pond and the trench and flood the, I guess you could call this the timeline moat. I think it'll work good. I plan on doing something similar to this. So what I've noticed is the pond, the water extends out about 30 feet underground, the moisture. But to extend that, I can dig a trench towards whatever trees or, you know, whatever I'm trying to get water to, and then put rock and gravel back in and backfill it, and then that, you know, that water will soak into that soil and keep it watered. I'm trying to get it to where I don't have to, you know, really do any watering, but the pond does pretty much all my watering for me. Of course, I'll have greenhouse and I'll have to do water in there, but anyway, I'm gonna finish digging this out. Alright, it's time to break the dam. Well, mission accomplished. When I jumped this thing, the sides started caving in on me. Just that upper layer. I don't think the whole machine would have bottomed out. I'm just going to go down and put about 4 or 5 inches topsoil in, and then I'll shoot it with the instrument and see if it's pretty close, but it should be pretty good. And I'll be done with this stuff. Yeah, it looks like I got it when I was digging that soil out over there. I got a little deep. I had to build the topsoil up pretty high right there. It's about a foot thick. Well, it looks like I'll be hauling spools off for a little while. Well, now it's saying engine system ERR. When I looked up the code, said you weren't able to put it in eco mode, which is, you know, supposed to save fuel. But what it's doing is bogging down anytime you try to use it. I'll show you. I don't think I'm going to be able to use this machine much more. Maybe I can baby it along and get this soil out of here so I can at least feel like I finished that. I've got the storm piping to run over there. Maybe I can dig that because it's not, you know, it doesn't take a whole lot of equipment work to dig the trench. This is irritating. Yeah, it says you got to take it to a dealership to get it serviced. It's part of owning equipment. Costs you money, but you get a lot done.